Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. I'm Adam Ferns and this is my top 10 favourite water beasts from Beast Quest. The beasts here are basically beasts that have been fought in the water in any realm, whether it's a special book or a regular book. They've all been fought in water by Tom and Lena. I will say though there is one technically that's an exception, but because this beast is a water beast, I decided that I will add it instead of add it to the next list. Because this beast can also fly, so moving on. So before we get into this is my opinion, so please feel free to leave your top 10, top 5, even top 3 down in the comments below. I'll read them and I won't agree to them, but I will not say your opinion is wrong because it doesn't have this as number 1. So yeah, let's get into this. Number 10, we have Solak, Scourge of the Sea. Now this beast is actually the worst of Series 12, but it doesn't mean it's a bad beast, because even though its design is basically a giant shark with spikes and bone fins and all that and sharp teeth, basically looking intimidating, it actually looks good in my opinion. I don't think we've seen another shark beast before. I don't think we've seen a shark beast before. I don't think we've seen a shark beast after, and we haven't actually. And this is what makes it so unique, because we haven't seen a beast like it before or ever since. So I think Solak needs more respects, maybe, because it is a unique concept. Unfortunately, I do need to say his fight was a bit boring compared to his other attributes, being design and abilities. Moving on to number 9, we have the most infamous one, Sepron, the Sea Serpent. Now, I said it before, I say it again, I like its seaweed hair and I like it looks like it's smiling. Yeah, that's all I need to say. It was the first water beast that Tom went against, and the fight was better than Furno's as it was longer, but the abilities and design, well, the design I think was the same as Furno, but the abilities were not. Either way, I know Sepron got a higher score than Furno in that ranking, actually, in that beast review, which I probably might need to. It probably is different now that it's a whole year or so later. But it doesn't change the fact that Sepron's still a great beast and is very loved throughout from everyone. It's my 4th favourite from Series 1, and I think probably going to be my 3rd favourite soon. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. My dog's barking. Don't know what for. Let's go into number 8. Spikefin, the Water King. Like I said with Coron in the last video, it's basically a walking death machine, but this time it swims, because every part of it is sharp. The back of its tail, its fins on its tail, along with the side of its arms, claws, teeth, and on its head as well. All of it is incredibly sharp, and it is incredibly agile. Meaning, even though it did do that in the Battle of the Beasts, it didn't survive. It swam past its opponent. It can swim past opponents, slashing not deep gashes, but can just cut them briefly. Come back, go for round 2, keep doing that whilst also going around them, making them dizzy and confused. So it's just a good beast with basically, like I said, a walking death machine. And I think I should have probably sent it to the next round of Battle of the Beasts, round 2. But unfortunately, at that time, I saw Naga winning more, so okay. Next on this list, number 7. Number 7 is Voltrex, the Two-Headed Octopus. Well, like I said with another beast. Like I said with Solak, it's a unique design. We haven't seen a beast based off an octopus before. Octopus, not a squid, because you've already seen a squid. An octopus, because and yes, less than a two-headed octopus. in my opinion, is actually really creative, and the fact is one of the Knights of Forton being able to change from Knight to the Beast is actually pretty incredible in my opinion. The abilities are a bit, yeah, okay, but the fight and design is actually pretty good, in my opinion. And Tom, instead of using his sword, using a harpoon to kill it, I think is even better. Moving on, we have in 6th place Flüger the Sightless Sliverer. Now this fight was actually interesting because it was Tom and Rhea versus Alina and Daltek versus Flüger, which I thought was actually pretty creative and I wish there was more of. But unfortunately the book had to end. So yeah, but it had good abilities, great design by the way, unique, and it wasn't a disappointment like Greymon was. The fight was also good, and it had Daltek get his first kill. Yes, finally, Daltek killed a beast. Now, okay, 5th place is here because I like the mythology behind this creature, and this is Plexor the Raging Reptile. Now, if you don't know already, Plexor is based off the Loch Ness Monster, and as I said, I like the mythology behind this creature, and it'll be great. And it's actually, I like it a lot that there's a beast actually based off it. Unfortunately, its abilities are what you'd expect from it, but it doesn't change the fact that its design and fight were amazing, and I like it. And I said this in the ranking along with the beast view in it. Just imagine Rocket Raccoon was there and took Plexor's eye. Just, it's absolutely hilarious in my opinion. Okay, moving on to 4th place, we have Balisk the Water Snake. This is the exception I was talking about, as it is based off a sea beast, so yeah, okay. But it does have the ability to fly, but that's with its second clone. So I was tempted to add it to both lists, but I decided I'll keep it to one. And if I was to keep it to one, I'd keep it to the one that's related to its title, the Water Snake. Yeah, just making sure. In my opinion, this is actually a really underrated beast, and due to my constant defending of it from people that message me, go like, Balisk is a bad beast. I just say, okay, maybe bad, but it doesn't change the fact it is the greatest in design aspects compared to others in Series 8. If I was to compare it to the other water beast, in my opinion, it's 4th place, obviously, but it doesn't change the fact that it is still a great beast in my opinion. Oh, what's number 1? Oh, right, okay. There's another exception now, I just realised. 3rd place we have Naga the Sea Monster. Now this one's here because it was my favourite in the Beast View. It stayed my favourite up until, well, my favourite water beast for ages. But it has moved down, actually, in my opinion. Because, unfortunately for Naga, with the extra beast views that came out since the last ranking, it got moved backwards. And then with another water beast that came in a few reviews after this one, around before Series 10, let's say, I moved that one ahead due to how well that one did in Battle of the Beasts. So Naga has moved down, but doesn't change the fact it's still a great water beast. It had a rather gruesome kill and a rather gruesome death in the book, along with a great side character being Gent, but we've never seen him again, so okay. Moving on to number 2, we have Nursefer, the Cursed Siren. Now this one was actually expected to be here because it's the most intimidating beast by far, on design anyway, and with its abilities being quite a few bits, which I said in my beast review, I can't remember all of them. The main one was the dagger hands there, which can be used to stab or pierce her victims, which is pretty terrifying. The fight, in my opinion, was a bit short, but it didn't change the fact the abilities and the design were absolutely amazing. and I think gave it 26 out of 30. And moving on to number 1. This is the extra exception I was talking about. This wasn't fought on water, but it was confirmed in the book that this beast is a water beast. So number 1 is Crestor the Crushing Terror. I know what some of you are going to say. It was not fought on water, meaning you shouldn't have it on the list. Okay, but it... like, there's so many things that can say, okay, this beast is a water beast, technically. Webbed claws, and it says something about it having gills, meaning it can breathe underwater, and it can breathe above water, clearly. I actually like it, along with the great abilities and the great fight it had, along with the high design score it got. I think it got an 8 for design, actually, which, compared to others, is actually a good score. It's like the average score, I think, because I gave so many beasts an 8 out of 10 for design. Crestor, in my opinion, is one of the best designs, and if I got to redo the design scores, I probably would give Crestor a higher one, or keep it the same. I'm not sure. If there was one design score on these beasts I will change, it'll probably be Naga. I'm not going to say if it's higher or lower though, but I said I'll change it. Anyway, that's all for this time. That's all for my ranking. Crestor is my favourite water beast. Doing really well in Battle of the Beasts, so more respect there. And that is all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below. Join me in the next video, which are my top 10 favourite flying beasts, and I'll see you next time.